Hey y'all, I am Billy Ann and I am co-owners with the reselling company Front Porch Consign with my husband Scott. We resell on a plethora of platforms, and there's actually a video on our YouTube channel that reviews and describes and explains different platforms that we use at this time. We may look into more later. This video is specifically on packaging and how to get things out of your house and shipped well. And this is kind of like a level 1 video if you're just getting started with reselling. This is kind of how I started packaging up everything to do it well, but do it very inexpensively. So let's get started. When you sell something, and I'm specifically going to be speaking about Poshmark, but when you sell something on Poshmark, they being Poshmark, have expectations of how the seller will ship something to the buyer. Not everybody uses these specifications, but I highly recommend you do a few things just to make sure that the things you are sending and selling actually arrive to the buyer clean and neat, and it makes them happy and brings a little bit of joy. So starting out, here is what I did, and it's really inexpensive, or the pieces are free. So you get your garment. Let's just take something that I'm listing today. This is actually, where's the little logo? This is a little fun Lululemon. So you get your garment, and I don't have any of our current tissue paper. That will be in video too, level 2 shipping. But if you have leftover tissue paper in your home from like Christmas, I did when we started this. So I used up all of our tissue. Tissue, unexpectedly, is one of the most expensive pieces in our package. And my husband was like, how much is it per sheet? And I was like, He's like, do you need that? And I was like, yes, I do. If you're a fan of the movie Love Actually, I feel like the guy, you know immediately what I'm talking about if you know that video well. But when he's at the counter and he buys the like necklace or whatever, and the guy's like putting sprigs of flowers and like, I don't even know what he's doing to the package. I feel like that every time I package something for Poshmark. If you haven't seen Love Actually, check it out during Christmas. It's like a staple. But anyways, so yes, I need the tissue paper to make my heart happy. But I started off with all of our leftover Christmas tissue paper. So you get your garment and then you put in the tissue paper and fold it up. I will show you how to fold in level 2 packaging. Not all of mine are beautiful, but I try. And then originally I printed off, like I typed something up on my MacBook and printed off this thank you card that just like, talked about our company and said thank you for purchasing from us. Let us know if you need anything. And then I would hand sign every single thank you card that we had. I didn't like handwrite the entire message, but I put my actual signature on them. And I found out really quickly that I did not have the time for all the things we were selling to put my signature on it. But that's how I started off. I did have the print, but then I would, the printed off card, but I would put my signature on every single thank you note. So item, tissue paper, thank you note on top. Then this is one of my favorite tips, I think. I highly recommend putting whatever you're sending out, if it's a piece of clothing, in plastic. Because if you're shipping in a cardboard box that you got from Amazon, you don't know what's going to happen to that box. But if the item is in plastic, it's a lot safer. Even if you're shipping via poly mailers, which I'll talk about video 2, something could happen to your poly mailer. This is like insurance for a good review. So my favorite plastic guide to ship in is Walmart's. They're the Up and Up. You can see Up and Up gallon storage. I like these a lot. They're this size. Also, if a package or if an item was very inexpensive, like you didn't make a ton of money, I suggest the Great Value twist tie bags. Can y'all see that? They're bread bags. I think this is like 3 cents a piece, and this is like 4 or 5. I mean, I know that that's like 2 cents, but when you're selling as much as we are, the 2 cents matters. And I do know my numbers for packaging. I just don't have them. I don't have them memorized, but we have a sheet with how much it costs for us to do shipping. So one of these 2 guys is what I use, and you can do the Walmart pickup, and it's beautiful. I usually order like 3 or 4 at a time every time I go to Walmart. One time I hadn't placed a Walmart pickup order and we got behind, like we just packaged so much and I had to get from Target. So I got these guys. Y'all, I do not recommend the Target version. A, it's more expensive. B, I don't believe it's as good. They annoy me. I can't wait to be done with that. So we'll go back. This tissue wrapped. Thank you note. Then you put it in the plastic because you want to keep it safe, right? You love your buyers, so we keep it safe. You pop it in a box or a poly mailer eventually. And then this tape, you tape up your box, but also Poshmark will send you the shipping label. And you just put the label, because it's gonna be on like a plain sheet of paper. You put the label on the box and you can tape over it. And I would tape over all the corners on, I think the instructions somewhere in Poshmark, it says not to tape over the label. But y'all, if you've got clear tape, you're keeping that label safe and you can tape over it. And then you just ship it out. And that is how we started, and we shipped out many, many orders. You want, with Poshmark, a 5-star review, and if you are packaging up the product and taking those extra steps with the tissue paper, you're gonna get more 5-star reviews. I'm just gonna be really honest. The people buying most of these things are women, and women just like to feel good about what they receive. I mean, if you're a girl watching this, don't you? And so if they get something not wrapped in plastic in a box, they're just not gonna feel joy. But if they got pretty tissue paper and they're unwrapping this magical gift, you brought some joy. Another thing I forgot, because I grabbed the pen, I remembered. Before, when we were selling a lot of things, I didn't know that I needed to write on the outside of my boxes what that thing was. But when you have multiple orders, one of the most frustrating things to do is to package up like 2 or 3 things, and then you forget which box was which item, and you have to unpackage your work. So Sharpie markers are obviously the bomb. These are the ones I use. Boom. I wanted to be really cute and order hot pink. I was like, oh, that will bring me great joy. And it's like a Sharpie neon. Don't do that to yourself. You can't read anything. So maybe if somebody has a color Sharpie that you can read on cardboard and masking tape, because I use that a lot too. I'll talk about that in another video. Let me know, because I do love the color pink, but Old Faithful works every time. My husband shouldn't see this video because he'd be like, I told you not to wear this bright pink things. I mean, they're cute, but I just can't read some things sometimes. And I just pretend like I can. That's a story for another day. So I hope that this was super helpful. Give us a thumbs up. If you liked this, or even if you didn't, give us a thumbs up. And you can hit the red subscribe button to subscribe to our channel and get more content like this. I will be pushing out level 2, where I take you to our shipping area for the Poshmark, which is actually a changing table. And I'll talk all about how that came about. Obviously, I'm a mom, but I'll show you how I actually wrap packages now. There's something else I want to tell you. I can't remember. So make sure, if you have questions or if you have suggestions, like there's always more to learn, especially about a better bright pink Sharpie, because that would be awesome. But if you have questions or you have suggestions, that things that you have found that work that I'm not thinking of, let me know. I'm also, if you're a pro seller and you have a good, I didn't know they were called this, but a suffocation bag that you just love, let me know. I'll mention that on the next video too. We are trying to find some things to get this even cheaper. It's all about the overall cost. So let me know. I hope y'all have the best day, and I can't wait to connect with you. So that gallon storage bag was a goof on my part. These are the loves of my life, other than my husband, son, and daughter. These great value double zip bags. I showed you 2 Targets. I mean, I'm having a Target gallon bag epidemic. I can't wait to use them all up. They're almost gone. But these are the good ones in my opinion. Yeah. I like you. These, more expensive, not as good. So, I'm sorry, I make mistakes. As always, click the thumbs up button to like this video, and click the red subscribe button to get more content like this. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below. I cannot wait to connect with you.